Good morning, all. In today's class, we will be seeing the program of structures. Okay. So, what is the aim of the program? First, I will be discussing that, and then we will be going to the concept of it. Okay. So, the aim of the program is you have to create a structure for student details, which will be having the basic information of the student, and then you should be able to enter the details of the students and then to display those n number of students, and also you have to search a particular student's data. That is the rough view of the program, what we are going to do. Is it okay? So mainly we will be having a structure which will be having students information like his name, roll number, marks and grade. And then as we generally do it, we will be accessing it with the help of the variable, structure variable in the main. Okay. And then the second part of the program, that is the first part of the program, that creating a structure, entering the detail of the students and displaying the details of the students. The second part of your program says you have to search a particular student's detail by entering the name of the student. So these are the two parts of the program. Okay. So to roughly start with how the program should go, I will be initially creating a structure. The name of the structure is student, which will be having basically four information, that is my name, roll number, marks and grade. I have taken the data type of name as char. Then I have taken roll number and marks as integer and grade as char. Okay. So two data types I have taken as char and two data types I have taken as integer. If you want, you can take the roll number also in integer. Like I have taken the roll number also in integer. If you want, you can take it in char also. Like if you want to you enter the USN how you are entering right now, so then you have to take it as character. Now you will be able to enter only the last three digits of your USN like that, because I have taken it in integer. Okay. So the basically the structure is been created and I'm ending it with a semicolon. So the student is been created. Okay. Struct is the keyword for creating the structure. Student is the name of it, and there are four members in it. That is name, roll number, marks, and grade. Okay. Now going to the second part, that is my main. Okay. So my execution will start from the main and the declaration of the structure will be done in the main itself. So I am declaring my structure, that is struct student, and then the structure variable name. Okay. Now here as you know, we have to enter n students details, not only one student's detail, right? Because we have to enter n students detail, I will be needing an array of structure. If it was only one student detail, then I would have entered it normally. Okay. I would have used like struct student s semicolon, and s is the name of the variable. But here I will be needing a array of structures. So I will be using S of the size of the array, like that I will be taking. So I have taken S of 20 here. Right. Now, what are the basic requirements of the declarations I'll be making for the basic variables which are needed for my program? So int of I, n and found I will be using. So found is equal to 0. I have initialized now here. I'll be telling you later where what is the use of found. Okay. Now again, one more, I have taken one more normal variable that is not a structure variable. Okay. Normal variable s name with a char. Okay. This also is required for my second part of the program where I will be searching the student detail. Right. Next, I'm asking to enter n students details. So I am scanning and entering n student detail. This n is how many particularly students detail you want to enter. Is it 5 or 10 or anything, which should be within the array limits. Okay, array limit you have given it as 20, so it should be within 20 only. Now you are asking to enter the details of the students. Now it's clear from the previous examples which we have discussed in theory that if I am using an array of structures, I have to use a loop. Okay, and why I have to use a loop? Because when one time the loop performs, then one particular student's all information will be entered. Then for the second time, second student's information, then third time, like that it will be happening. So I am accessing it with a loop, which where my loop starts with 0 and ends at n. N is the same numbers which you have entered here, the number of students. Okay, and my loop is incrementing every time. Let's see how to enter it. Now I'm asking to enter the student's name, roll number, marks and grade. Now I'm scanning those details. Okay, now for scanning I will be using through my structure. Okay, now I'll scroll a little up so that you can see the structure. Okay, now I have used the format specifier according to the data types which I have used in the structure. So first name I have used character, so percentage s. Second is int, so percentage d. Then the third again is int, so percentage d. And the last one is char, so percentage c. Percentage c specifically I have used for the grade because I will be using ABC grades, not like any string kind of ones. Okay, but name here will be a string, so I have used percentage s. Now to access the members from the structure, how I'll be using with the structure variable. Now the structure variable what I have used is again a array of structure variable, right? So s of I will be using. If it was a normal variable, I would have used s dot and then the member name. Here I am using an array of structure, so I will be using s of I dot name, okay, or s of I dot the member name. So S of I means S of 0 for the first time. When your loop execute for the first time, so at S of 0 dot name, comma, ampersand S of 0 dot R roll number, comma, ampersand S of 0 dot marks, and ampersand S of 0 dot grade. So for at 0th memory location, one student's name, roll number, marks, and grade is entered. Okay, now when this is over, again your I gets incremented, your I becomes 1, and again you are going to do the same thing. So it will be S of 1 dot name, S of 1 dot roll number, like that you will be entering the details. Okay, so and this will be happening until it is less than n. When if suppose you want to enter 5 students information, so it will work will 0 1 2 3 4. Fifth time your loop will be terminated and it will come out of the loop. So this is your scanning part. Okay, now the same thing, as I have scanned, I have to display the contents of the students also, right? So similar way, displaying the student details, I want to display student name, roll number, marks and grade. For that, the same loop I will be using, a for loop starting from I is equal to 0 to I less than n and I plus plus, and then I will be printing those value. Only what will be the difference? I won't be specifying the address. Same usually how you do in your printf statement only. But again, you have to remember that you are going to access all these members from your structure. So you have to use it the same way how you have scanned the values. Is it okay? So S of 0 dot name, S of 0 dot roll number, S of 0 dot marks, and S of 0 dot the last one grade will be displayed. Similarly, it will the I will get incremented, I will become 1. The second students, all information will be displayed. Then again incremented, third students information, like that all the students information will be displayed. Okay, so this finishes the first part of your program. So first part was to enter n students detail and to display n students detail. Okay, now the second part of the program says, if I want to enter, if I will enter one particular student's name, it should display that student's all the details. Okay, so for this I have used a simple variable s name. I haven't used a structure variable. I'm not using a structure and taking a member from there. Okay, I'm normally in my main only, I have created a variable by the name of s name and I am using it. Okay, so here I am asking to enter whose information you want to display, enter that student's name. Okay, and I'm scanning that student's name from here. Now what is the logic you have to do? You have to go and search this entered name in the whole list of details which you have entered. Like you have entered 5 student detail, now it should go and check each student's name with the name which you have entered now, and it should match. If it matches, that student's information should be displayed. If it doesn't matches, of course it should print that no match found. It is also possible, right? Like 5 students information you have entered and you are entering randomly some student's name, so in that case also it should print a error message kind of like that student information is not found or so, and if it is found it should be displayed also. Is it okay? So we have already seen the string comparison function in the string, right? So string compare, string reverse, everything we have seen. So string compare, what it was doing, when we enter two particular string, it will match both of it and it will give the result. So it was doing how? It was doing through the ASCII values, right? It was taking the ASCII value of the first character, then the ASCII value of the second character, matching both of it. If both matches, the result is 0. Then again going to the second one, checking both of it. Like that it was doing it, right? So this string compare function automatically will compare everything of the string 1 and everything of the string 2, and it will match and give you the result. If the result matches, like both the strings are same, it will give you a 0. And if it doesn't matches, it won't give a 0. It will give some other value, right? So that I'm not bothered of that part. I'm just bothered of, is it giving a 0 or not? Is it okay? And other than what it has to do, why am I using a for loop here? My need of for loop is what? It should go and search all the students' names in that list which I have entered, right? One by one. So first it should go to 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, if 5 students are there, right? So one by one it should go to all the students list, right? So for that I am using a for loop. So my for loop is for the entered values, and s name is the value, search value, which I am entering now. So how am I going to do? I'm using a if statement. My if statement is doing what? I'm using the string comparison function, entering, taking the first value from the list which I have entered. So s of 0 dot name. So what is that s of 0 dot name? You are comparing with the name now you have entered. If both of it matches, then it is a 0. If both of it doesn't matches, it won't be a 0. Okay. So found I have taken as a flag here, like for the counter. Okay. So now this is the one which I have initialized at the beginning. Found is equal to 0 I have taken. Okay. So initially my found value was 0. If a match is found, that means if this value matches with this value, I'll be getting a 0. If this condition is true, my found will be changed from 0 to 1, because now you are initializing your found is equal to 1. And as soon as your value gets matches, or your name gets matches, it will break and come out of that loop. That means it don't have to go and search for any other values later. If the first match only is found, it will break and it will come out. Is it okay? And for the otherwise case, what is otherwise case? When 5 values you have entered and all the 5 doesn't matches with the name which you have entered, that also can be a case, right? If you are entering a random name, in that case, what will happen? This 0, you will never get a 0 here, and you will never enter this loop also. So found will be 0 only. Found will never be 1. Found will become 1 only in the case when the match is been found. Okay. So once you all the values are being checked, you are checking for the found. And what is the found? If your found is equal to 1, what is the meaning of found is equal to 1? You got a match here, right? So if found is equal to 1, then what are you doing? You are displaying all the details of that particular student. Okay. Now, for displaying again what you want to display all the students info, all the details of that particular student. So all the details are stored where? Again in the structure. So again, if you want to access the structure from the members from there, you have to access it through the structure variable. So again, s of I dot name, s of I dot roll number. Now here one important thing is I'm not using a for loop for your s of I or s of I what you are using here. What will be the I value? The I value will be the one where your loop would have terminated here. Now see, suppose your example is 5 names you have entered. From that, third name was the name which you were searching for. So third name will be where? In your second memory location, because how you have stored? 0, 1, 2 you have stored. So by my count, the third name will be in the second memory location or the second array location, right? So how I will be doing it? Uh, the when I is equal to 2, your match would have been found here, right? So when you came out of this loop, what was the value of I? The value of I was 2. So the same value 2 will be taken here. And how it will be taken? To s of 2 dot name, s of 2 dot roll number. That means that particular second array location, which particular student's details are stored, only that details will be displayed. Because here I don't want to display all the student details, right? I want to display the student detail whose name I got a match. And if you didn't get a match, what you will be doing? You will be coming to the else part and you will be displaying the match is not found. Okay, so this is the program of your structure. We will run and see the program. No errors. If I compile, it is asking me to enter how many number of students. Suppose 3 students information I want to enter. Now I am asked to enter the student's name. So student's name, first student's name is Alex. I am entering his roll number. Suppose his roll number is 12. Then his marks, suppose his marks is 23, and grade, his grades is A. Is it okay? Let me go to the second student. My second student is suppose Tom. So Tom's roll number is 34. His marks is 24 and grade again is A. Okay. And the third student suppose is John. Okay. And his roll number is 56 and the marks he got is 10 and the grade is B. Okay. So now it is displaying all the details to me, that is student name, roll number, marks and grade. Now I want to search for a particular student, right? So my particular student suppose is Tom. Tom's information I want to be searched. So it is displaying me Tom. Okay, now we will be seeing the otherwise part of it, that is when the student information is not found. So suppose I am again entering 2 students information. My first student's name is Alex. His roll number is 23, suppose. Marks is 25 and grade is A. And second student is Tom. His roll number is 12. Marks is 24 and again grade is A. And the name and the details are being displayed. And suppose I want to search for Tim, then it should be displayed that team student is not present. Okay, that's it, the program. You can run and execute. Thank you.